Hello guys, this is Theorized here, and today I'm just going to be making a video on some new information that has come out about the DLC, and just some clarification on some points that I made in the last video that I uploaded, which was this one actually. Now let's just start off with some clarification. This list that I put in the description was taken by some as a 100% definitive list of everything that's going to be in the DLC. Now, first of all, that's not the case at all. I mean, you can just see, just based on some items in here, that it is just unused content from the game files of Dark Souls 3. Like Scholar's Shed Skin, this is definitely just cut content. Has no relation to the DLC whatsoever. But two items such as these, the souls, could very well be bosses in the DLC. Of course, all of this is just speculation. This list could just be unused content, and that's it. So I don't want you guys just thinking, yes, this is proof, 100%. No, I've just been analyzing and making connections, and that's it. And I don't want you guys to be getting confused. I don't know if I was unclear, if I made it seem like this was 100% yes, all of it, in the Ring City, totally. But now it's clarified, no, that's not the case. But there is one thing that I want to bring to attention, because I was looking through these pictures again, and just based off some comments as well, it is pretty much 100% that there's going to be some Dark Souls 2 stuff in there. Just based off this picture right here, we can see that there's the Desert Sorceress weapon right there, where she launches her pyromancies at you and makes you want to kill yourself when you're around them in Dark Souls 2. Of course, I don't know if that's actually that. It just looks a lot like it, and I've seen some people say that Desert Sorceress set confirmed. I don't know. But back to this. This Bright Bug is something that was from Dark Souls 2, and if this is something that's going to be in the DLC, we can just kind of make a conclusion that there's going to be a lot of Dark Souls 2 throwback, and that doesn't bother me at all. It makes me actually a bit more happy. I know that Dark Souls 2 wasn't the strongest entry to the series. Everyone knows that. And that's just because Miyazaki wasn't at the helm of the game, and there was just B-Team running the whole thing, making their lore. And it was less lore and more of a story. And the difference between lore and story is actually pretty large. But besides that point, Dark Souls 2 throwback is pretty important, because it shows that the game developers are not just throwing away this huge chunk of story that was introduced by a major entry to the series. Dark Souls 2 wasn't just some little tree stump in the middle of the road. It was a game. It's still a Souls series game. No matter what label you put on it, whether or not it's the best or the worst game in the series, it's still the series. So if there is throwback with item descriptions regarding Dark Souls 2, I think that's important. It shows that Miyazaki is actually integrating some story that is needed in this to finally put an end to it. If everything's tied together, if there's throwback from Dark Souls 1, from Dark Souls 2, and some stuff that is needed to be answered from Dark Souls 3, that will finally give us that ending that we need. And personally, I think we are going to find the Dark Soul. I think it's going to end in a big way, and it's going to be definitive. It's going to be, this is the end, and that's it. I think that's needed. I really don't want them to drag out this series. And I know that Miyazaki had said in the past that he would let his B team make another game if they begged him 5-6 years down the road. But I don't want that. I don't want this game to become Call of Duty. Nobody wants that to happen. This is a series that should not be tainted. And I'm not saying that like it's like this prized holy grail, but it is a damn good series. And I think this should be the end. I think they are on to bigger and better things. But before I start unleashing my opinions on that shit, let's move on a little bit. So this boss right here has been confirmed to be the Demon Prince that was, quote-unquote, slain by Lorien, but was actually wounded by him and is now going to be the thing that you fight. So based on that information, I'm not so sure that this is going to be the successor to the lesser Batwing demons that carry you from Sense Fortress to Anor Londo or from Vort's Arena to the Undead Settlement. I'm not sure if that's the case anymore. I mean, it very well could be. It could be an evolved form just based on its bone structure. It's very, very similar. Now, I want to think that it's a evolved form of the Batwing demon just because it would show that demons actually are living creatures in this world. Having evolution take place just adds a little bit of depth, and I like that. So, sure, I personally want to still believe that this is going to be a greater form of the Batwing demon, but at the same time, it's a demon prince, so at least you guys know that now. This right here is a giant who used to be Adjudicator. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Tell me if I'm wrong. But Adjudicator is a judge of something we don't know. I had watched the DLC trailer again, and I did see this guy, and the reason why I went back to look at the DLC trailer to see this dude again is because someone in the comments had told me, hey man, I think the boss is going to be one of these guys. And I'm not so sure about that. And the reason why I'm not so sure about that is because of the DLC reveal trailer itself. When From Software releases game trailers, they usually make bosses blatantly obviously bosses. Like, this right here was blatantly obviously a boss. And this thing right here was only in frame for about a second or two. If it was a boss, I feel like they would reveal it. Because From Software does a horrible job of making trailers. They like to show you everything about the DLC before it comes out. And they did that exact thing with Ashes of Ariantel and with previous games in the series. For some reason, they don't like withholding information at all. They're like, hey guys, guess what? Here's everything in this DLC. Fucking play it. And you know, hey, that shows they have balls. Look at this. It's so great to look at, but it's even better when you play it. We don't give a shit if you see it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think this is a boss just because they would present it differently. That's pretty much my 2 cents on it. I mean, I think that it's going to be a important character. I think he could either be an NPC or just a regular enemy, but I don't know. I don't think it would be a judge that's a giant. However, I do think it's important. I think it's more important than a regular enemy just because of the description that it has. A gray giant who existed since the Archdragon was found. Used to be Adjudicator working under the gods. It just seems like too important of a being to just be pushed over as just an enemy. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping for something greater. I mean, if it is a boss, fuck yeah, but I mean, more bosses, more the merrier. But I personally don't think it is. Now with Rap, this guy. I think he's going to be a very morally straight person. Just like a great guy. That's pretty much all I can say. I mean, there aren't very morally good characters in Dark Souls 3, other than Sigurd. But in Dark Souls 1, there were a lot more of them, like Solaire, Siegmeyer. Characters like that existed pretty often. I mean, I know there's Andre and there's the Firelink Shrine lady that gives you levels up, but I don't think that that's enough. So I think this guy is going to be completely straight up the most nice guy you'll ever find in the DLC. I think he's going to be through and through moral. And that's just my opinion. I think that this guy's going to fill the void that Solaire left in Dark Souls 1 and never came back. Funny thing is, some guy in my comments was saying, oh, maybe they'll bring back Solaire. I really hope so. And the only reason why I don't think that's going to happen is just because of the fact that you pretty much see his demise in Dark Souls 1. And I know that you can save him by doing the whole quest line, but I don't think they would bring back a person that you save from a quest line. Because in most cases, if you don't focus on Solaire 100%, he's dead. He goes crazy, or you kill him later. So I don't think he's going to make a show in the Ring City. If he does, I don't know if I'll be happy about that, because I don't want that much fan service. I mean, I know that it would be like, holy shit, Solaire! But then again, it's just fan service. And honestly, it doesn't even make sense, because it's ages and ages after. That's why I think this guy's filling that void. I think he's going to be our next Solaire. Even though, I mean, no one can beat Solaire. I mean, Solaire's fucking great. Another thing that I want to bring up has nothing to do with lore, but it's the Locust. it looks a lot like the blood-sucking beast. I bet you've been looking up there like, what the fuck's that there for? But after playing through Bloodborne in its entirety and going through Canehurst, which was a fucking nightmare, I watched the DLC trailer, and the first thing that I thought when I watched it, when it first came out, was this thing looks a little familiar. And then I started thinking about the blood-sucking beast from Canehurst, and it looks exactly like that. It looks a little bit like a reskin of that, but a little bit different. I mean, I know the knee or whatever you can call that shit is definitely in a different orientation, but it looks a lot like it, and that's pretty much all I have to say about that. I just thought that was interesting, and I don't mind that. If it has any importance to the lore, hey, why the fuck not? It's a cool design, nonetheless. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end this video just by saying thank you so much for the immense support that I'm seeing recently. I have gained more subscribers than I've ever seen in a short amount of period of time, ever. I've gained, I think, close to 20 subscribers in the last, 20 days, which means, a subscriber a day. And today I went up by, 7. I mean, I don't know if I'm probably exaggerating, but either way, I'm at 95, and I uploaded this video at 70. So it's awesome. I'm connecting with so many people that have never seen my channel before, and they're discovering me from wherever, and I love being able to talk to every person. I love being able to comment on every person's post, being able to have a conversation with my subscribers and to debate with them, to share ideas, opinions, theories, whatever, and I just think that's really cool. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any suggestions for videos that I can upload later on, let me know. I am completely open to anything you guys want. This is Praise the Dark, and I'll catch you in the next video, guys. Peace.